All right, welcome back to a episode 2 of the DIY Budget Green rescue. As you can see, things aren't going that well. Last week, if you saw the episode, I did a top dress and did a reseed, and to be honest, I don't think anything's changed. We're having big problems with the sun. You probably can't see it because of the shade, but if you can see where the actual grass stops about 2/3 of the way across the green, that's not getting any sun now. So I think this week we're just going to give up on that side completely. What you can see now, I've actually done a little bit of work, but I'll run you through that now, what's been happening. So basically what I've just done, which I'll chuck in the time lapse, is I did a spot seed on all of the bare areas again, just with the same stuff that Farraghan had in the last episode. And then I top dressed it with just a bag of sand mixed with a little bit of compost. That's not going to be ideal, and I'll show you why in a second. It's not going to be ideal for rolling the ball, and I'll show you why. So as you get closer to the surface, I did a mixture of a bag of sand and some compost, just because I wanted to try and drive a bit of growth and get a few minerals in, because the sand obviously just won't have much happening. I'm fertilizing, but I don't think it's enough. The problem will be, is going to be these larger pieces. It's full of these little pieces of wood chip. It's kind of, they might not look too large on the camera, but they're definitely not going to be conducive if I get this covered. Even the pieces covered with grass, it's still sitting really high in the canopy, so that's not going to work. What I'll do is, once I've got some grass on it, probably in summer, which has a better root system, I'll give it a deep thatch and rake a lot of it out. And start to dress it with sand. Okay, so I'm going to throw on the time lapse now and show you the things I've done today. Pretty similar to last time. I won't talk too much, but basically the only thing I changed today was I did a seed first, straight into the bare patches, then I threw the top dress over the top. I feel like I keep having problems with drying out, so I thought, try something different. I'm obviously not a greenskeeper or even an expert. I don't have a lot of experience, so just trying new things and learning with my mistakes. So I'm going to show you the time lapse. It's basically seed, top dress, roll. I didn't rake it through this time because I wanted to sit in the areas that were bare, and then I've just given it a little water. I'm also a little bit worried about how heavy the sprinkler is going, so I'm going to hand water this time. You'll notice me change the nozzle up on the time lapse of the hose, just so I can keep it nice and light. It really doesn't take much to throw the seeds away. Yeah, with heavy droplets. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you in a sec. One thing I forgot to mention was, as soon as I put the seed down last week, we had one of the longest hailstorms I've ever experienced. So as soon as I put the seed down, I reckon a day later, and it was all looking nice, I'd spread it nicely. Yeah, we had probably 20 minutes worth of hail and some extremely heavy rain. So the reason it's completely done nothing in regards to the seeds is probably because of that, I'd say. Obviously there's no sun in some parts, but it should have done a bit better. We're just gonna have a reset and have another go, and I'll talk about the rain and the weather in the next week or two. Alright, so that's it. Nice short one this week. I'll do another video in the coming week and see if we've got any growth. I feel like there's a chance I'll get some through here. It's still getting plenty of sun, but I think the plan going forward, I have seeded the shady area, but I'm not expecting much. I think we can keep working on this and try and get it to a place where it's like 75 to 80% covered. We might look at sodding some in there, or we'll try a few new tricks, a couple of things we'll spring in, or we'll have a look at a few different options for summer. It's also a type of grass that I was talking about with a guy from an Australian company, which is designed for golf greens, has just come out. So big things to come, but I think for now, too cold. Let's just stick to working on what we have and keeping the cost down, because this is supposed to be budget free. Just before you go, I thought, just because it's a slightly shorter episode, I've got a little bit of a time lapse from doing my backyard last week, so I'm just going to chuck that on now if you're interested. And obviously like and comment if you want to comment on anything you want to see me do on my other lawn, which is just buffalo overseeded with rye. I built all the garden beds myself and done a whole bunch of DIY stuff, so if you've got anything you'd like to see, the idea of this channel is to show you nearly anything you like around the house, or in automotive that you want to see, or like that. Cheers.